equation like this one, y equals 7x plus 4, and we're asked to find the slope and the y-intercept. All we have to do is rewrite the slope-intercept form right under the equation. And I simply identify the coefficient in front of x. So please do not say that the slope is 7x. The slope is not 7x. The slope is only a number, and is the number that is the coefficient of x. So please do not ever include x in the slope. Good. Now the y-intercept, it depends on how they're asking us. Yes, it is b equals 4, but actually it's coming from the y-intercept, which is 0, 4. Please understand that. And please remember to stop me anytime you have questions. Okay, moving on. Good. Find the slope and y-intercept of the line whose equation is y equals 2. What type of equation is y equals 2? We want to find the slope and we want to find the y-intercept. What type of line is it?
Horizontal.
Yes, it is a horizontal line. So what is the slope of a horizontal line?
0.
Yes. And what is the y-intercept? So remember, very easy to graph this equation. It's right here. It's altitude, y equals 2. So there is a y-intercept. Of course, there is no x-intercept. So what will be the y-intercept for this equation?
0, 2.
0, 2 indeed. That's all we need. Any questions, please? Okay, very good. Let's continue. Find the slope and the y-intercept of this line. What type of line is it? X equals 7.
Vertical.
Yes, it is a vertical line. What is the slope of the vertical line?
Undefined.
Undefined. Good. And what is the y-intercept of a vertical line? The y-intercept of a vertical line
0.
does not
Exist.
Yes, they are parallel.
Okay.
Good. So the slope is undefined and the y-intercept does not exist. There is an x-intercept, 7, 0. But the y-intercept does not exist because it's parallel to the y-axis. Good. Write the equation in slope-intercept form and give the slope. Yes. So this is important, but I'm sure we can find something more sophisticated than this one. Yes. So here it is. Same question. So this is problem 5 and 4.4. So we have 6x minus 5y equals 30. First, they're asking us to present it in the format y equals mx plus b. When they ask us to do that, all they're asking us is to solve for what?
Y.
To solve for y indeed. So whatever linear equation they give us, and they're asking us to find the slope and the y-intercept, what they are really asking us is to solve for y. But you have to present the equation in descending order, whatever times x plus whatever, so you can clearly and correctly identify the slope and identify the y-intercept with a sign in front of it. So what will be the first step in here to solve for y? What do I have to do first to solve for y? Say it again. First step.
So you have to move the y to the opposite side of the equation, to the left side of the equation.
You can, it doesn't matter. So you can write negative 5x, negative 5y, and then negative 6x plus 30. You can keep the variable on either side. I prefer the left, but it doesn't matter. We can rearrange it later. So that's good. And then what do I do next? Because this is good, but it's not good enough.
Divide -5.
Divide every term side by both sides, every term by negative 5. So y equals 6/5 x minus 6. Do not draw a horizontal line under the terms on the right hand side. No. Please divide term by term. Good. So now what? I need to identify the slope and the y-intercept. Can anyone identify the slope for us?
6/5.
6/5. Good. And I don't know how they want the answer, but let's say we can read that. Let's say we want an ordered pair as the y-intercept.
0, -6.
0, -6. This is the b that is represented by, or represents the y-intercept. Good. Any questions? Any questions on this? Okay, moving on. Some of you are very far ahead and you are bored to the core, and others are so far behind that I am very concerned. Okay, the same thing. What will you do first here towards solving for y? What is the first thing that you will say, okay, my teacher taught me this, and I will do it always?
Times everything by 4.
Of course. Clear the fractions first. Good. And then you can solve for y. Good. This is the same problem. Determine the slope and the y-intercept. This is an overkill, but let's do it. So what we have is jx. So the same question.
Slope is -j.
So jx minus ky equals q. Be very careful. Let me show you why. So we do have negative ky equals negative jx plus q. But this is a problem. Now, I cannot identify the slope before I clear that.
Okay.
Is that clear? Is that because we cannot identify the slope before we solve for y completely. No numbers in front, no negative sign, nothing, 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 just 1 in front of y. Good. So now we have to divide by this. So we will have y equals j over k x minus q over k. Again, this is an overkill. There's really not much to it. Good. So let's identify the slope. And identify. So it's j over k. And let's identify the y-intercept.
Negative q.
Yes.
Or 0.
So it's 0, negative q over k. Again, as I said, it's an overkill. There is really no need for this. Okay. Determine the slope and the y-intercept, the same thing. You have to divide and then move y. So we're solving for y. Again, please tell me, look at this carefully and say yes or no.
We can do this one.
Very good. So here we have x divided by d plus y divided by c equals 2. So they want us the same thing. They want us to determine the slope and the y-intercept. And of course, d and c cannot be 0. Why d and c cannot be 0? Can anyone tell us why?
Because it will be inconclusive.
It will be undefined. The fractions will be undefined. Correct. Very good. It's a fancy word. You don't have to remember undefined necessarily, but you have to say does not exist. That's good enough. Good. we have to clear the fractions first. So we want to solve for y. Let's clear the fractions first.
It times it by D.
C. So we have to multiply. D and C have no common factor, so we have to multiply by DC. So careful how we do this. So if I multiply here by DC, then I will have to simplify the D with a D. So I still have a CX plus. When I multiply here by DC, I'll simplify the C, and I have DY. Don't forget the last one. You cannot pick and choose. You have to multiply everything by DC. And as we said always, don't multiply. Simplify first. That's the key. Now it's a piece of cake. I'm going back to that overkill. So I have dy equals negative cx plus 2dc. And the final step is, we're not there yet because we haven't solved for y yet. So we have to divide both sides by
By D.
good. So negative c over dx. Remember, don't write the fraction line. Divide the coefficients and leave x alone. Plus, here 2dc divided by d will be simply 2c. Again, as I mentioned, overkill, in my opinion. So then what is the slope and what is the y-intercept? Now,
C.
yes, negative c over d. And now we can, because we have it in the correct format, y equals m times x plus b. So yes, this is 0 and 2c. Any questions? These problems look very easy, but they're really not if you don't spend the time and practice. Okay, moving on. Good. Do we read this carefully and say yes, we should work on it, or no? Let's carefully read it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Should we do it?
I mean, you can if you want, but I think we got it.
Anybody would like to work on it? Please read it carefully and say yay or nay. Is that a yes? Is that a no? I don't hear anything.
No, I think we got it. I agree with Matt.
Okay. Good. Graphs of 4 equations are shown below. State whether m and b are positive, negative, 0, or undefined. La la la. For the first graph, what is the slope?
0.
Perfect. This is a horizontal line. What about this one? Slope positive, negative, 0, or undefined?
Negative.
Negative. Here
Positive.
and here?
Negative.
Good. So state positive, negative, 0, undefined, and that's all they wanted. Use the slope and y-intercept, if possible, to graph the line. Yes or no?
Easy.
Yes?
No, we got it. I mean, I had it, but
Anybody? Do we want to graph this line using x and y intercepts? Please don't be shy. Anybody?
I think we should do it since some people.
Very good. Y equals negative 3x plus 1. So graphing using the x and y intercepts, all you have to remember is you have to find you have to replace x equals 0 and find y. And then you have to replace y equals 0 and then find the corresponding x. Do not combine these two. Okay, so when x is 0, how much is y? I cover it up because it's 0.
It's 1.
It's 1. What is the ordered pair that we just determined?
The y-intercept.
Right, and the point is
0, 1.
0, 1. Good. Now when y is 0, we have to move 1 to the other side, and it's -1 over -3. I doubt that Pearson will allow us to enter this ordered pair, and we talked about that. So let's see how we do this. Because they do say if possible. Of course they are always possible, but it may not be a point that they allow us with in Pearson to enter. Let's see what happens. So 0, 1 is very clear. This is 0 for x, 1 for y. That's 1 point. But 1/3, I'm sorry?
I don't think you can do 1/3.
Of course. Of course. It does not allow me to do 1/3. So I have to find something else. So here's how I do it. I pick another x value. This is legitimate, but it just doesn't work on the computer to enter it. So I'm going to choose another x. So I'm going to choose when x equals 1, -3 plus 1 is -2, so y equals -2. So I created a new point. When x is 1, y is -2. I'm going to use this point because the system doesn't let me use the one that I really, really want to graph, to plot. So go back, and I'm using 1, -2. So 1 for x, -2 for y. And that's it. And then I save. And then I click. And you should take it. But I was not able to put the 1/3, 0 because it's not sophisticated enough to allow me to select 1/3 as the x-intercept. Good. The same thing. Here it says use the slope and the y-intercept. Do we know how to use the slope and the y-intercept? Anybody? Okay. In this case, you go up 4 and to the right 5. If it were negative, you would have gone down and to the left. Good. Graph the line using the slope and y-intercept. Of course, you can choose the points you want. I don't think it will mind. You can use the x and y-intercept, or you can use the slope and the y-intercept. Okay. For this equation, the given below, complete parts A through C. Let's do that. Put the equation in slope-intercept form by solving for y. So let's do that. So we have -7x plus y equals 0. So please tell me, after you solve for y, what do you get?
0.
So we have y equals 7x. Can anyone, we'll see what the problem is asking us. Can anyone identify the slope and the y-intercept?
Slope is 7. Y-intercept 0, 0.
When x is 0, y is 0. Very good. Excellent. Let's see what they want. Put the equation in solving by, okay, so it's 7x. Good. What else they want? Identify the slope. You already did. You already gave me the slope to be 7. Good. And then identify the y-intercept. Well, let's type an integer or a simplified fraction. You don't want the ordered pair. And now they want us to graph. So careful, because the graph passes through the origin. We have to determine another point. So this is the point 0, 0. Can you create another point for us?
Yes.
When
Go up 7, 1 or 2 or 1.
yes. So when x is 1, you go up to 7. And look how steep this is because the slope is 7. Good. And moving on. For the equation given below, complete say the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Find the equation for the line whose slope is this and y-intercept is this. Good. Let's work on this one. So we have the slope equals 6/7, and they are giving us 0, -6. So we want to find the equation of the line with the slope 6/7 and y-intercept 0,